Good evening, everybody. Welcome to Footy Funatics. How you going? Can you smell that in the air? Yeah. It's called finals time. How good has the weather been, eh? We are nearly there, a couple of weeks away from some of the greatest football you'll ever get in your life, and you can smell it in the air, which is fantastic. Two of the best of AFL football, and let me tell you, two of the greatest of AFL football. They're going to join us tonight, and I'll introduce them very shortly. Just remember, need you to get up, get involved, make sure that we've got plenty of prizes to give away, and we need you to have your say. Okay. All right, the first man up, ladies and gentlemen, he's an out-and-out superstar. 93 to 2009, 282 games, 800 goals. Don't know, he just didn't kick 799 or 801, but he just had to finish on 800 to square it off, all right. Represented Tasmania once, the Allies 5 times, and the international rules twice. All-Australian 3 times. Richmond League goal kicker 13 times. So let me tell you, there's a bit of a battle between these two blokes tonight. These two great legends about how many times they were the league goal kicker for their club. Best and fairest once for the Richmond Footy Club. You've got to win 2, I reckon, to be an out-and-out superstar. No, I'm only joking. Richmond Team of the Century, Hall of Fame for Richmond, AFL Hall of Fame, ladies and gentlemen. And also, he just hangs his head on this one. He's the Tasmanian Football League Hall of Fame, Matty Richardson, ladies and gentlemen. Boom, 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 boom.
A fighting fury, we're from Tigerland.
Boom, 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 boom.
In any weather you will see us with a grin, risking head and skin. If we're behind, then never mind, we'll fight and win.
Good on you, Matty boy. Yeah, he's big, isn't he? You Richmond people, when you were down, gone, no one turned up, it was done, and
no,
now
they
you
did so, don't you say that, Shorey?
Oh, didn't they really? Okay, I thought
They always turned up.
They always turned up?
Yeah, they did, yeah.
Well, what was your membership now to what it was 4 years ago?
Oh, it's doubled.
That's doubled. There you go. All right, our next legend, ladies and gentlemen, and what a legend he is. 95 to 2009, 270 games, 926 goals. He didn't have to finish on the 800, Richo, like you or 7. He represented Victoria 3 times, Australia twice in international rules, Coleman medalist 3 times. Did you win a Coleman medal? No.
No, I played up the ground.
Oh, right, okay, here we go. Essendon leading goal kicker 12 times. What were you, Richo?
13.
Ah, there we go. He's got him. All-Australian 5 times. Goal of the year in 2007. He took Mark of the Year too in 1 year. I think it was 2000. When was that? 8 or something like that?
Hanger, I remember it.
And a 2000 Premiership player for the Essendon Footy Club. Matty Lloyd, here we go.
Ready.
See the Bombers fly up, up to win the Premiership flag.
Yeah, not anymore.
Boys who play this grand old game.
Hello, Matty Lloyd.
Always
There you go.
for glory and fame. See the Bombers fly up.
All right, just give it to us now. Who was the best player out of you two?
I reckon. All right, well, Lloydie played in a premiership and played in a good team, so I reckon Lloydie's kicked more goals. So he's probably a better player.
Rich, I never give in like that ever again, all right, Rich? I gave you an opportunity.
We worked together, man, Lloyd.
Mate, 13 times leading goal kicker at Richmond you were, and he was 12 times at Essendon.
Got him covered by one. Lloydie got better delivery too. Don't worry, Mercury and blokes like this.
Rich only have to beat Aaron James each year and blokes like that. I'm only joking. We've got a nice, healthy respect for each other, Rich and I.
How good has it already started, boys? There's a lot to talk about. So our first segment, hot off the presses. That's a typewriter with the little out. Do you like that?
Sounds like a quiz show or something, doesn't it?
Hey, we'll get to the quizzes a bit later. All right, boys. Nat Fyfe. First of all, should Nat Fyfe have got off on that charge? Oh, geez, the crowd's into it.
Well, I think he should have. Sorry.
Yeah, don't worry about the sorry. That's all right.
But I just think that he went for the ball. He was slightly clumsy. There was no intent to hurt Jacobs. And I think if you've played the game, you would realise that accidents do occur. And I don't think there was anything in that one for Nat. So
what do you reckon, Matty?
It was good that he got off.
I'm very surprised by the crowd's reaction. I'm with Richo. I think that it's fantastic that he gets to play. Like he's out for the next 2 weeks. That he's not going to play. And some people say he might not poll a vote after round 13. So it's going to be interesting to see how far he's in front and whether he can hang on. But I'm glad he didn't get rubbed out for that.
Well, I'm in agreement with the boys because if he got any lower, he would have been a gopher. I'm serious. He would have just popped out of the ground and hit him in the backside. That's what it would have happened because he tried to get that low and he was front on. He didn't duck his shoulder. I was worried that, you know what, the match review panel would have gone, oh, we've let him off twice. We can't do that again. And thank God it hasn't gone.
Look, we all understand that we don't want players being hit in the head. Absolutely, everyone agrees with that. But it is a contact sport, and he had absolutely no intent to hurt him. He went low, he turned side on. So I'm glad they didn't go too far and rub him out for that one.
All right, this is for the Tigers supporters. You'll love this. Dustin Martin, he has to get to do that to the Collingwood cheer squad. Should have got 2 weeks. Should have got 2 weeks for doing that. Did he get fined?
You know what?
He didn't get.
You know what?
He should have got a bonus. There we go.
Mark Evans didn't even send him a letter.
Oh, really? He never got fined?
Seriously, it was light-hearted. He was almost joking in his body language. There was nothing malicious. It wasn't nasty. It was just
bloody
an old
oath it was. So look, the Collingwood cheer squad deserved everything they got because they gave him a mouthful.
I'll tell you
that
what,
was unbelievable.
I'm glad that they just didn't give him anything for that one.
I haven't heard. I thought they might have given him a couple of grand.
Let's just allow people to have a little bit of interaction at the football still.
But he did get a please explain, though, didn't he?
I think the match review panel referred it to Mark Evans to then.
Oh, you are kidding. So that's how it happened?
Oh, it's ridiculous.
I got to say, ladies and gentlemen, my second last game of football was in Adelaide Oval, and we got beaten by Adelaide, and I thought I'll never come back here again. So at the members, I gave them the old finger roll was going off, and someone took a photo of me, and the next morning in the paper it was, sure, he said he'd shout 2 beers because we knocked him off. So there's a bit of humour in that, but luckily I'm happy that they went down that track. Can Freo, Matty, Lloyd, can Freo win the premiership?
I think they're one of 3 teams that can win it. I believe the top 3 are the 3 teams that can win it. Fremantle, but they're behind West Coast and Hawthorn. So I think that they come out of the block so hard. They blow teams away in first quarters, but then struggle to score after that. And I remember David King on Fox Footy was saying it's a plan earlier in the year, and I'm thinking, how can you possibly plan to blow teams away in the first half and then just put the cue in after that? So I think that they're up against it, to be honest. Obviously, you need to be peaking at the right time. This isn't great for Nathan Fyfe, and the thing about them is they need Michael Johnson firing. They need obviously Walters is their main forward. You look at Hawthorn and West Coast, their depth. To me, Richard seems much better.
What do you reckon, mate? Can they win it, Freo?
I don't think so. I think I respect them highly for the way they play and the fact that they keep getting themselves into the position to challenge. But I think once you get there, you need to be able to score a little bit more. Pav's injured. Achilles is struggling. So I just don't think they can score enough to win a premiership.
What about coaching now? Is coaching a young man's game? Because we saw Brendan Bolton. I think it's one of the greatest appointments of all time because you got the Hawthorn background, not just about the Hawthorn background, but every young coach now, all those sides are having great success. They're playing the game the way it should be, but I think it's gone down that track now. There's no more, I don't think we'll be plucking great senior coaches from anywhere when they're 65 or whatever. No disrespect to Mick Moldhouse and that, but Rodney Eade's been given a chance. Yeah. Whether it's right, we'll just have to wait and see.
Yeah, it's hard to know. I mean, I think it's the right way to go, though. I think it's the right template. It's proven successful at other clubs. And I think now you need to really be able to relate to your players on a personal level and different personalities. And maybe if you're a little bit closer in age, it makes that communication factor a little bit stronger. So, yeah, I think they've done the right thing, Carlton.
2 to go, Adelaide and Essendon. Matty, will your brother Simon get a job? You reckon a gig? Is he still in...
Not sure. He actually met with the Adelaide Crows.
Okay.
So I think that he'll be in the frame.
He's super keen.
Yeah, he's keen. I think in the last 12 months, Richo, he now feels he's ready to be a senior coach. So he may never get that opportunity, but the last probably 2 months has really helped his profile. A lot of people this time last year wouldn't even known what he did. So I think that even if he isn't a senior coach, I think there's a lot of clubs looking at director and head of footballs type roles, so I think that he's well placed.
What about Darcy Moore, ladies and gentlemen? He was interviewed. He said, someone said, will you ever get a tat like all the boys? And he said, Mum said, don't you ever get a tat? And he said, I agree with him. I want to ask you.
My mum told me that as well.
Your mum told you that?
Told me that
It's good that you're going to listen to your mum nowadays. A lot of young kids just, no, I'm not listening to you, Mum, but And yeah, you got a tat, Richo, and I had a look at it. It's pretty ordinary, isn't it?
It's
Just
terrible.
hold it up for the TV.
Look at that. It's
What is that, Richo? When did that happen?
Well, it's a star.
Yeah, I know it's a...
Okay.
What, you just won pre-season, you just thought,
No.
I'm a star, I'll get a star on my body? Or...
No, it's actually meant to be positive energy, Tony. So I just go like that to you, and you get a little bit of positive energy off me. So there's a bit of positive energy.
Okay, well,
I got it on a footy trip in Los
Oh,
Angeles.
there we go. Yeah.
And I was hungover.
Well, you were hungover
I was
or drunk?
very hungover.
You're drunk
I was
and hungover.
still drunk,
Yeah,
actually.
there you go. Well, I got my tat, and I got a 1990 premiership tat on my calf muscle, and I was very drunk at the time I did. But I did with Mickey Gafer, who hardly drinks, but it was fantastic to get it done. Matty, what about you? You played a premiership?
I got a premiership, but I never got one. It was interesting about...
No. What a wuss.
No.
What a...
About 10 of the 22... it's interesting. About 10 of the 22 got tattoos.
Yeah.
So more guys didn't. But, a couple of them have had them removed recently. Oh, really?
Why?
So they've got to, they're 37, 38, 39, 40, and wish they never got it. So they've had them removed. Yeah. So
well, I'm 55.
We've got our medallion, Shory. So why do we need to put something on our body for?
Oh, okay. I just thought it'd be nice on your deathbed when you're down there and no one remembers who you are, Matty. On your deathbed, that's Matty Lloyd. He made the progression. How good? Oh, thank you very much.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to go straight into our tips for the weekend, okay? Because the boys, there's some big games. Some games still that mean a hell of a lot. Yeah. With sides who are going to it, and we haven't got any favouritism tonight, so we can go straight through them and get into them straight away. All right, the Cats. Here we go, Friday night.
We are Geelong, the greatest team of all.
Yeah.
We are Geelong, we're always on the ball.
All right, they want to be on the ball for the next couple of weeks because they have to win too, and a few sides have to lose for them to make. Will they make the finals?
Well, they need they need West Coast to beat Adelaide this week, and they need to beat Collingwood. And if they do, it will come down to the last game of the year down at Geelong.
Geelong beat Adelaide at Simmons Stadium.
Yeah, whoever wins that would play finals.
And they're up against the mighty Pies. Come on, sing along. Here we go, the lady down there, beautiful.
Good old Collingwood forever.
All right, here we go, boys. What do you reckon, Geelong, Collingwood? We are shizing at the moment, but that won't be on TV, will it all? No, not on Channel 31.
Look, Geelong have got plenty to play for. They've got to win to put the pressure on Adelaide the next day to make sure they get the job done. Collingwood were ordinary last week. They've checked guys in for surgery. I think Geelong will win. No, I don't think it'll be easy. I think the Pies will come out and give it a good red-hot go after not having a good one last week. But I think Geelong. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a 50-50 game for mine, but I also thought the Collingwood-Richmond one might have been 50-50 game too. But they say Collingwood built up the Sydney game 2 weeks ago as their final. They've lost it, and they had a massive letdown because they probably felt like they had nothing to play for, as Pendlebury spoke about. First time in his career he's had nothing riding on it with getting into the finals. So I think Geelong in a tight one, sure.
I was worried about that coming out of the captain's mouth, but he did qualify.
But technically, before the game, they actually could still play finals.
Exactly. So I was a bit worried about that.
Mathematically, they could, but realistically, they couldn't.
Well, I'm going the Pies, not because I'm biased, because... No, I'm going the Pies because I reckon they just, after last week, they will be hard early. They will be very hard early. If it's half time and Geelong are there, I reckon Geelong will win. But if the Pies have got a few up ahead, I think they'll hang on. Anyway, here we go. GWS, you're really happy about that. Sing along, you know the song.
Well, there's a big, big sound from the west of the town. It's the sound of the mighty giant.
All right, hold on. We're gonna get you up later. We might have to get you up to sing. And up against Carlton.
We are the Navy Blues. We are the old dark Navy Blues.
Aren't they shocked?
Haven't heard that much this year.
No, I know. It's very odd. But look, good on them. Brendan Bolton, well done. You've got a big job ahead of you, son. But what do you reckon here, boys? GWS Carlton.
Yeah,
that's a spotless stadium.
Yeah, I think at home, simply GWS will be too good. Yep. Carlton were a bit better last week. Yeah. I thought they played pretty well. Matty Cruiser in form. Cripps is a gun. But I think GWS
They played Melbourne. Matty.
Yeah, I know. They did play Melbourne.
Okay, all right.
Haven't the wheels fallen off, though, at the Giants?
Oh,
It's disappointing last fortnight for the Giants. But like Richo said, I think still should be two. Carlton don't want to win too many more games, you wouldn't have thought, sure.
Oh, here we go. We're all tanking now.
yeah.
That's why after round 17, when we played, or round 18, when we played each other once, then we do the draft there. And that means you can experiment in the last couple of rounds. You can do what you want to do, play young kids, but do the draft there. Then no one, we're going to never hear this tanking word ever again. All right, I reckon we're all GWS at this moment. Hawthorn, here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
We're a happy team at Hawthorn. We're the mighty fighting Hawks.
Well, they need an easy beat at this moment, and they got it here with this mob. Don't worry about that. Brisbane.
We are the pride of Brisbane town. We wear maroon, blue and gold.
Okay, at least at Aurora, it'll be about another 6 degrees hotter than what it was a month ago, so they'll be looking forward to playing good footy down there.
They play the
What
ground
by?
well.
What's the margin?
10 goals at least. No one gets close to them down there. They win every time they play down there, and Brisbane are struggling.
There we go,
Yeah,
Matty.
you wouldn't want to be Brisbane coming up against Hawthorn after last Friday night, losing to Port Adelaide. They'll come out angry. As I said, the conditions in at Aurora, teams just can't cope with them. We're at Hawthorn. They're kicking them from the boundary line. They just know the ground so well. So I reckon it'll be close to 100, that one, sure.
Okay, this is one of the biggest ones of the round because this means maybe, well, it's still a chance of top 4. But anyway, making the 8 and high in the 8, this is a big one. North Melbourne, ladies and gentlemen.
So join in the chorus and sing it one and all. Join in the
And they're up against the mighty Bulldogs, who weren't that mighty last week.
sons of the West. Red, white and blue.
Hey, this is going to be a ripper game, boys. We're going to say
Game of
something
the
about
round.
fine. And the other thing with the Western Bulldogs against West, it just shows how well West Coast are going.
Yeah.
Well, they smashed them over there.
Yeah,
I know they were in it for a while.
They
but
did smash them, but I thought the Dogs stayed in it, as you say,
Yeah,
for
they
quite
did.
a while.
And how
But,
much they get beaten by?
70 points.
Yeah, there
wasn't
you
it?
go. Good on you. Okay.
They're a good team. It's tough. Look, North are on a roll. Dogs coming back from Perth. I'll tip North in a real close one. Both teams score pretty heavily. It should be an exciting game. But I'll go North just in a little bit better
And what
form.
about, did anybody hear Richo on the radio
What happened?
tonight? On the radio tonight, Richo was brought up about whether if the Western Bulldogs finish above Richmond.
Or North Melbourne.
And North Melbourne. Well, it doesn't matter. North Melbourne. That they had the
make it all
opportunity
about
to
the
play
Dogs.
at their home ground, which is Etihad Stadium. And Richo's come out and said, oh, come on, you can't stop another 30,000
I'll say it
Richmonds.
again now.
I
Whoever's playing Richmond in the first week of the finals, the
Yeah.
game has to be at the MCG.
no,
Richmond have 71,000 members. Seriously, we get 50 to every game.
well, stiff cheddar. What you got to do is you've got to qualify higher. If you want to do that, that's when you're a good side.
No.
You've got 70,000 members.
No.
Qualify higher, then you play.
No, you need the MCG to be filled up in
Well,
September.
you're totally biased. What about you, Matty? Which way would you?
I don't mind Richo's point of view that it
gee,
allows
thanks.
another 20 or 30,000 there.
Bit of atmosphere in
Yeah.
the finals, the MCG.
It's the last time you two blokes will be on the show. But anyway,
The AFL wants some atmosphere. They need Richmond to be playing at the MCG.
and then when you win the first one, then you get another home game, and then you win the next one, you get another what?
Yeah, exactly.
Will you ever go to Perth if you have to go to Perth in the
Richmond
preliminary
should
final?
never have to travel. Just every game at the G.
All right, here we go. We'll leave the Essendon Richmond one. I forgot there is still a bit at stake. There's pride for Essendon and Richmond. Well, I'll just go up further. The Gold Coast Suns, ladies and gentlemen. Hopefully we can. Oh, you don't know that song. Well, I'm going to get this girl up. By the end of the show, we're getting her up. She's going to sing every
I
song.
reckon there's a bit of lip syncing.
Matter of
going on
fact, no lips. She knows them all. All right, we will get you up. No, and they're up against how disappointing this mob, Port Adelaide.
We got the power to win, power to roll. Come on,
Yeah, don't worry about that. And I tell you what, they're good now. They knocked off Hawthorn, so everybody's going, how good are you? They were supposed to win the premiership this year, let alone up what they did. Anyway, boys, Gold Coast, Metricon Stadium, can they knock them off?
They
Probably
were
not.
pretty flat, apparently. The Port, after the game, as good as their win was, thinking, what a wasted year, considering we've beaten Hawthorn twice, and they've lost to the two bottom clubs this year, Carlton and Brisbane. So that's the type of year they've had. Haven't been able to handle the success of last year, but I reckon they can back it up. Gold Coast beat Essendon, but both teams weren't the greatest last week, so Port should win.
All right.
Yep, I agree.
No, I'm going Gold Coast.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, well, you just made the point. You just said They've lost to the two bottom sides and then they beat Hawthorn time. I'm going Gold Coast. I reckon they might knock them off up there. How good would that be?
Lost your marbles, sorry.
Yeah, I have, really. I'm only bullshitting, matter of fact. That's not going to happen. All right, the Adelaide Crows, this is the big one. They've got to win everything.
South Australia, where the mighty Adelaide Crows.
Rightio, and up against West Coast, travelling beautifully at the moment. They won't want to lose this one.
West Coast Eagles, and we're here to show you why.
All right, boys, I'm a West Coast man. I reckon they'll beat them over there. I don't care where they play Adelaide. I think they'll beat them anywhere.
Gee, I don't know. Adelaide play the ground really well. West Coast, look, I guess they want to keep winning to make sure they finish top 2. You never know if they drop both their games and Hawthorn win, but can't see that happening at the Saints in the last round, so they technically don't have to win to finish top 2. But they are in great form, so I guess you've got to stick with the team that's been in better form all year. So West Coast just.
The young man at the front asked me to do his footy tips this weekend because he needs to pick up a couple. Although he should have asked Richo because Richo's actually winning the age footy tips.
Are you really?
Yeah,
and I'm actually in the bottom 5 or 6. So
Is that the footy tips for the brain dead or something? What's going on?
Hey, Shorey.
Oh, sorry.
I'm going for back-to-back in the age.
Oh, here we go.
2 years in a row.
You're
I'm
up
pretty
against
happy with myself.
Caro, Matty. Yeah, okay, all right, keep going.
So I actually watched Adelaide 5-2 since the death of Phil Waltz, which is amazing. And they absolutely hammered Richmond on a Friday night. So I think Adelaide can win in a tight one.
Okay. All right, next one, ladies and gentlemen. These don't mean a hell of a lot except for the sides who will win them, and that's St Kilda. They've been all right, but they're just falling away.
When the Saints go marching in, oh, when the Saints go marching in.
Right out, and they're up against Sydney. Look like they're building up the Sydney boys. Franklin's going to come back. Did he come back this week? No. Is he playing this week? Well, we don't even know. That's how much we look after our footy. We don't even know if Franklin's playing. Anybody know? Find out. No. Yeah,
I don't
thank you
know
very
if
much.
that's confirmed.
Nah,
I don't know if it's confirmed.
Tell you what, it's a really good
Why
thing
would
having
you
another
play him?
seven years on your career and you've got a crook back.
Why would you play him this week?
I wouldn't.
No, I'd give him another week.
Yeah.
Make sure he's absolutely ready to
Did
go.
you hear how he hurt his back?
Oh, hold on.
No, that's true. No,
Hold on.
Don't go in.
it's his wallet. It happened to Richo in his prime, actually.
You know, the first...
That's all right for you, mate.
first
Who gave you that one?
Paul Salmon actually told me that one. He said it about me once.
Oh, the wallet. So he fell off his wallet and hurt his
Yeah,
back.
that's right.
I don't know, it must be a filthy old bug, but the first thing came to my mind was sex.
Oh, no,
Is that right?
yeah,
So
I
are you,
did.
Richo?
Well, I did.
Well, I'm a filthy old bug, you're a filthy young bugger.
Well, Jacinta's a nice little girl.
All right, boys, I think we know who's going to win that one, Sydney. All right, Freo, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't count that out. Saints are all right.
No. Rightio. And they're up against that side that looks like massive improvement over 3 years they've had. It is unbelievable. The coach is getting 1.5 million. Melbourne, how good they go? Oh, here we go. We got a couple of Melbourneites down there.
It's the emblem of the team we love.
Beautiful. Yeah, the only good thing that Melbourne, I thought they agreed to make sure the pies were a bit cheaper and the drinks were cheaper at the MCG. I think that's all the improvement they've had this year. Oh, sorry, go on, Richard.
Oh, they're struggling.
They're struggling.
They were absolutely terrible last week against Carlton. The first half, I don't think a team could play poorer than what they did. And it was disappointing because they had an opportunity against Carlton, who are on the bottom of the ladder. And they really need to show some improvement, don't they?
Oh, they are shocking. But anyway.
Shorey's bag in Melbourne and actually beat Collingwood. So how well? Essendon's had one win in about 12 weeks, and even they beat Melbourne. Shorey.
Oh. Well, I said it might be the last time they're on this show. Matty, that is it for you, baby. You're gone. All right, the big one. Here we go. Essendon. Aren't they travelling beautifully?
See the Bombers fly up to win the premiership flag.
Isn't it cruel? It takes 3 years to sack the coach, and the bloke nearly gets you across the line in one day. Just unbelievable. Like that, Matty. Is he going to get the job? He won't get it.
He doesn't want it, Shorey.
He doesn't want the job.
He doesn't feel he's ready.
He doesn't
Reckon
feel
he'll
it.
get it.
Oh, hold on. Simon Lloyd.
He'll be in the mix.
He'll be in the mix.
He'll be in the mix.
Who else
I'm
is
not
in the
sure.
mix?
I don't know. Not sure who
no?
else. Not sure who else is in it.
Kevin Sheedy's coming back.
Oh, Kevin's.
Sure.
Hey,
Sheeds is coming back.
Essendon supporters in the room. Do you want Sheeds back? Yeah, there you go. Okay.
What about Johnny?
Well,
What about Johnny Worsfold?
Johnny Worsfold. You want Johnny Worsfold? Oh, gee. Who's that? Who is that? All right, there we go.
What about James
Hand it up.
Hurdback? Anyone want James Hurdback?
Oh, come on, you're kidding, are you? What about Johnny? No, Johnny's dead. Johnny Coleman, I was going to say. Who else is there? Teddy Fordham. Teddy Fordham's going to... Is he still alive, Teddy Fordham? No, he's dead too. All right. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen, the big one. Richmond, sing along.
We're from Tigerland.
Boom, boom, boom.
A fighting fury, we're from Tigerland. In any weather, you will see us with a grin.
All right, boys, why is your team going to win? No, Matty, you can lie if you want to.
Richmond have to win if they want to have a home final at the MCG.
Yeah.
So plenty to play for the Tigers, and they are in pretty good form. I think they've won 10 out of 12, so they're in good nick.
Yeah, Matty.
It's hard for me to mount a case, to be honest, Shorey.
Yeah.
I can't mount one. I watched Richmond. I think their back line is fantastic. And then, what's that? Yeah, even I know. That's
even
right.
Lloydie knows,
and I love the midfields. Didn't have a great game last week, Koch and Delidio, and they still won by 90 points. So I think they should be too strong.
Jake Carlisle, will he say at Essendon? It's sort of turned around a bit, has it?
Well, he doesn't want to go interstate. So Brisbane have got the first pick.
The Dogs looking at him?
Well, I've heard they aren't.
Everybody's looking.
I've heard they aren't. So it's probably Carlton are the favoured if he does. But I think the Bombers are feeling like the last few weeks he's picked up his moods and he might stay.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
We've got $200 worth of vouchers thanks to our sponsors from Hamper World, Legend and Heroes, the Comics Lounge, Footy Shop, Market Sports, Pancake Parlour, 13 Cabs, and UBD Gregory's BrokerrocheR. All right, boys, they're going to score. The boys are going to score. I'm going to ask you some questions about your club, okay? So you want to be good. So
You know
who
a
we
bit
got?
about
We've
your
got
club?
please. Yep, face the audience, please. The Melbourne. Yep. Who's first, Dame? The lady. Who do you barrack for? Okay, you're up. All right, you're going to be the first one. Ladies and gentlemen,
I saw
this
you
segment's
at-
called Simply the Best.
Good man. Good to see you again.
All right. Well, he's just going to stand there now. That's it. You just got him for the night. Now, are you ready to answer these questions? You got the microphone there?
have.
Face the audience, please, because we're on TV.
Great.
I'm going to go. And when you hear this buzzer, you got 3 seconds to answer it. Okay, here's the buzzer. That means you're gone. Are you ready? And the boys are going to keep score for you. Maddie's got your score.
I'm doing Collingwood, yep.
No, well, you're doing Essendon. She's an Essendon supporter. No, he's just moved up here.
Sorry.
Yeah, the young fella's just moved in just for...
He was there on Friday, Shorty, and won a lot of prizes.
He
the
did
young
too.
man.
All right, here we go. Are you ready? How many premierships have your team won?
15.
16.
That's wrong.
Thanks for the yes, no. Yeah, okay. How many times has your team played in a Face the audience, please. Don't face me. How many times has your team played in a losing grand final?
Too many.
I reckon we can give that too many if you can hold... We'll give too many right. No, I'm only joking. 29. Hold it up to your mouth and, yeah, please face it. Gee, they're unbelievable. You can't get it done. Who is your team's captain? Essendon's
Heppel
captain.
At the moment.
Sorry?
Heppel at the moment.
Heppel. Yes, well done. I'll give you that. Yes, no doubt. Number 5 at your club. Who is it?
Stanton.
Okay. Just hold that mic a bit closer because we need to know the answers. Your membership at the moment to the closest 1,000. Oh, no, just think about it.
59.
That's the closest 1,000. We'll give it to you. Well done. Where is your team currently on the ladder?
15th.
Well done. Where did your team finish last year?
I was going to say 10th.
Have a guess. Where did your team finish last year?
10th.
Oh, they played in the final.
7th.
Oh, I'm wrong. Wrong year.
Yeah, wrong year. How many games did your team win last year?
Not enough.
Yeah, well, I can't do the not enough, so just have a guess between 10 and 14.
12.
Well done. Is that between 10 and 14?
Well,
All right.
let's say it's 11 and 13. No.
What year did your team last win a grand final and who did they play?
2000 against Melbourne.
Well done. Name 3 coaches over the last 20 years.
Shady. I'm trying to go a bit
Finish.
Who we got? Who you got? Quick.
Shady, Herd, and Bomber.
Yeah, well done. Okay, that's it. What do we get there, Matty?
Pretty
7,
good
Shorey.
score. 7.
That's a good score. Well done. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Now, if you can hand it over to the gentleman here. What's your name?
D.
Well done, D.
D, is it?
Yep.
All right, D. Who
D
you
for the
are,
Ds.
and you barrack for the D's.
Yes, he does.
Yep.
Oh,
D.
Steve.
Sorry,
And he
Steve.
barracks for the D's.
Yep.
Okay, Melbourne. Here we go. Are you ready?
Good
Oh,
work,
You got
Steve.
3 seconds to answer the questions. Can you help too? You can help. Yes. Control.
Oh, I'm going to help.
How many premierships has your team won?
12.
12.
He said 12.
That's right.
Well done, mate. Well done.
Spot on.
Gee, how good's that? How many times has your team played in a losing grand final?
42.
32.
No, only 5. But
Alright.
you're not that good, mate. You're not that good. It's Steve, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Well done,
You're not that
Steve.
good, Steve, as in your
sorry.
team. That's okay. Who is your team's captain?
Buckley.
Buckley? No, I don't think so. No, Nathan Jones. It was
Joe
close,
Jones.
though. Who wears number 5 at your club? Jimmy
Don't know.
something.
Jimmy.
Join.
No, Jimmy. No, Jimmy's not with us anymore. But that's got. Matter of
all
fact, I might give you one for Jimmy,
Yeah.
just for the Jimmy Tumpus. It was.
That's 2.
Okay, your membership. How many thousand? Just give me a number. It's between 30 and 40.
42 night. 42.
32.
42.
40. No, sorry,
Close.
man. Like that.
36,
We're
that was
going all
close.
right. Where is your team currently on the ladder? And now, just remember, there's only one side below you.
Top.
No, hold on. That was when we had the VFL.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. Just think, we've got 18 and there's only one side below you. So where do you reckon you finish?
4th.
Yeah, close. 17th. That's all right. Bad luck. How many games did your team win last year?
13.
4. No, pretty close. Now,
Gotta be optimistic.
what year was the last year you won the premiership and who was it against? Let me tell you, it was against your mates mob, Collingwood. What year? What year? Between 1963 and 1965. And your instructor might help you here.
64.
60, well done.
Well done.
How good is that? Now, give me 3 coaches. 3 coaches the last 20 years.
Marmon.
No, Melbourne coaches.
Melbourne
Coach.
coaches.
Do you know the names?
Yeah.
Paul
What about
Roos.
this year? Paul Roos.
Paul
yeah.
Roos.
Paul Roos.
Yeah.
Yeah. Neil Baum.
Neil Barn.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
And Neil
what about-
Danaher.
Okay.
Neil
Yes.
well done. Well done.
Hey! Woo!
Unfortunately, you didn't win, so our winner, simply the best, the lady here, $200 worth of vouchers. Put your hands together, ladies and gentlemen. Thanks, boys. Well done, mate.
Steve.
Well
Good
done.
work, mate.
If you can sit down now, boys, we need to make room. Yes, the Collingwood boy.
Steve.
Yeah, thanks,
Give
Steve.
Steve a clap.
Good on you, Steve-O. All right. Now, we need another 2 contestants. All right, what we're going to do, you have to score now, all right? You have to score in the front if you can, sir. If you can pass it over, Matty, just grab your buzzers. Here we go. The gentlemen are up. Who you back? Oh, the Pie supporter. We like that. Love to see it. Okay, are you ready? Stand in front, sir. Yes. Now, you got to score for the boys. This segment's called Get Smart. All right. $200 worth of vouchers from our sponsors, okay. So, here we go, boys. But the boys now, just give us your buzzers. What do you got, Richo? Yeah, you got the dog. Yeah, we got the dog. Oh, well, you want something else, mate? We've only got dogs, all right? And what do you got, Matty? And the chook, all right? What's a magpie? Give us a magpie over them. We got to... No, you're not even talking here. That's all right. How can it... What's a magpie do? Give us a magpie sound effects.
I can't do it.
I tell you what, it sounded like a chicken last week the way they played. Don't worry about that. All right, boys. 1st to 5. You keep score. Make sure you're on 0 now. Here goes the boys. Get smart. $200 worth of vouchers from our sponsors. Are you ready? Name the actor who starred in these movies. Green Mile. Apollo. Richo.
Green Mile.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks.
No.
No, but I was good.
Please,
Apollo
please.
13. I was going to
Please.
say Tom Hanks.
You weren't going to say
I
it.
was so. That's one.
All
Thank
right,
you.
just
Thank
one.
you very much.
Please don't yell it out.
Don't yell out because
This
I
is
want to
called
beat
Get
Lloydie
Smart.
fairly.
We want to find out how smart they are, not how smart you are.
Terrible.
All right, name the actor who starred in these movies. True Lies. Total Recall. Oh, doggy.
Schwarzenegger, Arnie.
Well done.
I'll be back.
I'm not a movie buff, sure.
Oh, you're not.
And he
I
loves
don't-
his music as well. And
Lloydie, don't start.
Oh, what do you want me to go on, Lloydie?
I don't know. Just
Come on,
should I
Lloydie.
Taylor Swift questions or something. Come on.
All right, here we go.
He's making excuses.
All right, name the actor. Expendables. First Blood. I reckon that was
Still-
Matty,
no,
Matty
yeah,
Lloyd.
it was
Matty,
Sylvester,
no, Matty Lloyd.
Sylvester
Matty,
Stallone.
who?
Oh, that's a joke.
Well done. Yeah, that.
Yeah.
Sorry,
I
don't
love
start
First Blood.
cheating, mate.
I love First Blood. You
I can
cheated
hear-
the first. You shouldn't have got that first one.
All right, here we go, boys. Actors. Geez, they're not competitive enough, are they? No wonder one bloke kicked 800 and the other bloke, how many was it, Matty?
900. 926.
926. Okay. All right, here we go. Did I do that one? No, I didn't do that. Gravity, Speed, The Proposal.
No, don't.
You can't.
Because please don't yell out. I want to smash Lloydie on my own.
Please.
Stop cheating too, Richo. You're looking over his shoulder a bit.
It's
No,
Sandra Bullock.
it wasn't Tom Selleck. You were
No,
going
it
to
was
say Tom
Sandra
Selleck.
Bullock.
Oh, were you really? Okay.
Yeah.
Please don't yell it out. Okay. We're the Millers. Horrible Bosses. Marley and... Oh, yes. Marley and me. It's female.
No,
Used to be on Friends.
not Jennifer Aniston.
Yes, well done.
Yeah, sorry. You got me there.
No, sorry. Well, I would have helped you out, mate. Don't. Gee, you're dirty. What's the score, boys? 3. You're still up. Don't be
had
like
you?
that. Richo
Is that
reckons he's
right?
up. Here we go. All right, boys, actors. Here we go. The Departed, Goodwill Hunting. Yeah, Richo.
Matt Damon.
Oh. He's good at this, doesn't he?
he's good.
What do you do during the day?
No, why?
Watch movies.
No, he's got no kids.
He's got no kids, yeah.
That's her.
Yeah, I'm with him.
Yeah.
When are you going to have kids anyway, mate? Can you make an announcement?
Within 12 months.
Oh.
Oh. Jen's
Hey, did we
watching
get,
on Channel 31.
this is on Channel 30. Did we get that within 12 months, Richo's going to have kids? How good is this? Oh, shit. Yeah, thank you very much.
Might practice tonight, sure.
All right, here we go. Fury, Fight Club, Inglourious Bastard. Yeah, Richo.
Bradley Pitt.
Oh,
Oh, no,
how we go, mate?
That's 5 off 1.
No, we've got one more to go. That's best out of 10.
gonna go early.
That's over 5, all right?
Yeah, we'll go early.
3 Kings, Ocean's 13. Yep.
No, it was Richo.
George Clooney.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, who was playing for you? Which one? This man here.
There he is there.
Well done. Hey, put your hands together. Get smart, ladies and gentlemen. How good was that?
Like shilling piece.
$200 worth of vouchers. Sorry, mate. I know you're a Collingwood man. Take a bottle of drink anyway. Take a couple of bottles of water. That costs us a fortune. That is fantastic stuff. What do we got? Yeah, Love Louvie. Love Louvie. That's what it is. Natural spring water. Have you had that, Richo?
Yeah, it's
It
beautiful.
goes down. I tell you
Yeah.
what, really, very good for your skin.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to know these blokes a little bit closer in Under Pressure.
Under pressure,
Yeah, you and Lord. No, where do you reckon?
pressure.
No, we're going to talk to you about your days at the club and
right.
blokes who are, give us the first pest. Who was the biggest pest in your time at your club?
Yep.
Here we
No
go,
worries.
Richo.
Yes.
Who was it?
The biggest pest.
Pest.
Push-up king by a mile. He's got...
Can you give us something?
Oh, he's just got small man syndrome like you. Little blokes don't, they get annoyed and frustrated easily. And Jake was always frustrated. He always wanted to fight you and wrestle you. And
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, all that sort of stuff.
Well, that's probably because we kick it down forward and the ball comes straight back
Actually,
over our
the
head. That's
other-
what normally happened when we were midfield. Sorry.
The other great pest was, remember Darren Gasper that played
Oh.
for Richmond? He'd do stuff like he'd get your footy boots and he'd wrap them in half and then he'd put tape around them and put them back into your locker and you'd have to take a roll of tape off your boots to put them on and stuff like that. You're just a pest of a man.
Lloyd, your biggest...
We had a few. I remember
Did you what?
Johnny Barnes was one. Johnny Barnes was that bad that Sheeds made him warm up in a different room to the rest of us because he couldn't let anyone get into their routines properly because he was always telling jokes and annoying. And the other one was Dean Solomon. I actually moved houses because of him. He was wearing the. He was actually turning up late at night with a scream mask on, acting like he was about to rob my house at one stage. Then he toilet papered my car. About a week later, he egged my house. And so I ended up moving to St Kilda Road out of Moonee Ponds because of Dean Solomon.
You are.
Yeah, no jokes.
Oh, I couldn't have just been him.
It wasn't just him. But
You got money too.
What's that?
You made money out of your house.
I made a little bit out of it.
I thought it was just Dean Solomon. All right, who thought he was the most intelligent bloke that you ever met, but he wasn't really, one of those blokes?
Probably Wayne Campbell.
Not really intelligent?
No, he is.
He's the umpire's man.
He's the umpire's boss. But he's not as intelligent as he thinks he is. And Brendan Gale, who's actually the CEO of the club
Here
now.
we go. The CEO.
No, he's very intelligent. He's very book smart. I think he did 3 or 4 degrees at uni. Yeah. But he wouldn't know how to go to the bank and withdraw money. He doesn't know how to do simple things.
That doesn't augur well for the Richmond people. The CEO of your club doesn't know how to go to the bank to get money out.
At home,
it might be good.
At home, he wouldn't be able to do any handiwork around the house.
No good?
Just hopeless at that
Just
sort of stuff.
not streetwise.
No street smarts.
There
Hasn't
we
got
go.
a degree of the street, but very book smart.
Richo?
I reckon Sheeds used to baffle a lot of people, but I reckon he just baffled them with the rubbish he was speaking half the time. And but like Martians, seagulls, he was the best deflector I've ever seen. But
deflector from the pressure coming to him,
yeah,
or
he
just
was just
deflector from the pressure you blokes wanted?
No, just deflecting off someone. Bad loss, but he had an amazing knack of just deflecting off how bad we played onto an issue. So the story tomorrow would be the issue and not us, but I know it was sort of like...
So he deflected it from you blokes because you're mentally weak or something like
no,
that?
not that. I think he protected his players well. I'm just what I was saying. He was smart in some senses, in other senses he just had an amazing knack of wording things well to get.
What about the player? Who's the player who had ideas about making millions? There's always one in the group making a lot of money and never got there.
McVeigh and Welshie probably. They were the king of coming in saying you got to get on this stock. You got to buy this stock and it'll fly out the door. And I don't think they've got much to their name at the moment.
Probably Nathan Brown.
Oh, Brownie!
An ideas man, very good ideas man, but you've got to be able to do the legwork to get the idea off the ground.
What about poor Brownie? He got involved in a T-shirt label with Craig Ellis. The T-shirt label went under, no good. Craig Ellis started a new one. What's he worth now? About 50 million.
No, he started a bikini label and he's made about 200 million in the last 3 years. That's seriously. He now lives.
He'd have to sling Brownie something, wouldn't he?
No, I don't know.
He wouldn't.
He lives in Monaco now because he doesn't want to pay tax.
Is it true he needed to borrow some money off Brownie too?
He borrowed. He did. Yeah.
He was going
So
that
they went
bad.
under, borrowed money off Brownie,
And now he's made 200 million or something.
and he still won't sling Brownie
No,
something.
he did. He
He
paid
paid
it
it
back.
I paid it back.
Brownie's
But no
going
extra,
well,
though.
He's got a good business going.
All right, who's the worst dresser you've ever had in your career, which is going back a fair ways, you blokes?
A guy called Paul Broderick. Remember Paul Broderick that played at Fitzroy in
Yes,
Richmond?
yes.
He
Left footer.
He dressed like a librarian, Paul Broderick. Was there
Any librarians in the audience tonight? Anything close to a librarian? Probably a tax expert. Who was that? An ex-librarian. We've got an ex-librarian. Can you stand up just so we can see your clobber?
No, you're dressed well.
No, she's dressing very modern now.
nice,
Well
very
done. Good to
nice.
see.
No, Brodders was just terrible. He wore the clothes at Richmond that he used to wear back at Camberdown where he grew up in the country. 10 years later, he was still wearing those clothes, just terrible stuff.
Sounds like you come out of Reservoir. You wore the same stuff for 25 years, which I did. Anyway, Lloydie.
In the early years, I remember going to a nightclub one night and Mark Harvey walked in. He was wearing leather pants. And he was wearing leather pants.
Mark Harvey in leather pants.
Yeah,
Did you get a photo?
We were all in tears. Geez, it was funny. And the worst currently is Joe Watson, always wearing baggy NFL tops and that sort of material.
With the hat on the side.
Yeah,
too?
on the side. Yeah, he tries, but he's
not there.
No, he's not there.
Remember your old teammate Mick McGuan?
Well, yeah,
He was the only man I've ever known. You'd go to a nightclub when I first moved to Melbourne. You go to a nightclub and Mick McGuan would have a tracksuit on.
Yeah, well,
He'd be able to get into a nightclub with a tracksuit on.
Something out of underbelly sort of dress.
Yeah, well, no, it was just more that he had a bit of belly underneath the underbelly. So he normally tried to square it out, and pre-season training, Mick could come
But
back
how
and
did
say...
he get in with a trackie on? He must have known the bouncers.
He knew plenty of bouncers and knew plenty of people. But good bloke, Mick, and he's doing a good
great
job
bloke.
coaching still. The best prank you've ever seen at your club, Richo? You mentioned a couple of them then.
Well, this is true. A guy by the name of Jason Baldwin, he was playing for Richmond in the mid-90s, and we were going to Tassie to play a game, a pre-season practice match. He went round and turned off one of our other players' electricity during the night at the meter, in the meter box. Turned off his electricity, so the other player's alarm didn't go off, slept in and missed the practice match down in Tassie.
Cool. Did you get fined?
He got in a bit of trouble, but then it was explained Baldwin had to put his hand up and say, it's my fault, I turned his electricity off.
I reckon we've got to have more of that stuff. How good is that, eh? Yeah, what do you reckon, Matty?
We had a young guy on our list called Darren Walsh. He only played 3 games, and anyway, he was just infatuated by Delta Goodrem. So Sean Wellman said he knows her and knows her manager. So he said the manager's going to get in touch with you about meeting her. She's going to be at High Point Shopping Centre doing a signing right near Windy.
Delta Goodrem and High Point Shopping Centre.
She was actually doing a performance and promoting an album. And he said, he said the manager's going to get in touch with you and he's going to allow you to meet her after her signing session. So Sean Wellman actually left a message on his phone as her manager saying, Darren, she's a big football fan. Make sure you're there when she finishes her signing. Just be standing to the side of where she is. And she's going to be looking out for you. And she may even go out for a coffee with you. Right? So anyway, all the boys, about 20 of us are on one side, and we're just watching him, standing in the spot waiting for Delta for about an hour to finish her signing. And there he was. He was trying to make eye contact with her the whole time. And then obviously she just gets up and walks off. And then there's 20 of us just waiting for him and just doing
I love that. Put your hands together. I hadn't heard that one before. That is brilliant. I've heard a lot. All right, a couple of quickies. When you go overseas, where do you want to go?
Oh, probably New York's the best spot, yeah.
with the family, Hawaii, and with the boys, Vegas.
Okay.
So I had about 4 footy trips to Vegas. Yeah.
Food. What's the one food now that you just love? You just, because you're not playing anymore? Indulgence?
Oh, just chocolate. I just love a block of chocolate every night.
Every night? A block of chocolate every night? You might as well strap that to me love handles, mate.
Okay, who has a block of chocolate and only has 1 bar off it? You got to have the whole lot.
I normally have with a cup.
Hey, I can't stop though.
Who has a block a night of chocolate? Put your hand up. No one, Richard. You're a sick puppy, mate.
Not the big one. Just the 3 block. Three.
Oh, just 3 in a row.
No, it's got 3 squares and about 6. There's about 18 squares.
All right, we know where we're going with that one. Matty?
Bit of ice magic, Shorey. Don't love me ice cream of a night. Ice magic. But in terms of food, love Thai. Bit of Thai. Bit too much pasta. I used to only have pasta the night before a game.
Yeah.
Now I'll have it a little bit too often.
All right, what was your superstition when you played? Anything going out in the ground before the game? What was it, Richard?
No, mine was I had to have a Mars bar, surprisingly. I like chocolate. I had to have a Mars bar at the half-time of the reserves, which is not on anymore. But, I had a Mars bar before every game I played. In the one game I missed, I got injured. So.
Here we go. Let's blame Mars. Richard got injured.
They actually sent me a heap of boxes. So I said it on the radio one day.
You did, didn't you?
And during the week, all the Mars bars rolled up.
Yeah, there's method in the madness. What about you, Matty? What's your superstition?
If I played well, I'd wear the same jocks the week after, Shorey.
I
would? No, I'd wash them, though. I'd wash them. Yeah. And I didn't touch the banner for a long time. Until I got the captaincy, and that's when the superstition ended.
Why was that?
I think that was just something I saw and just.
I never touched the banner when I was captain because I couldn't push through the bloody thing half the time. You get in this like Damien Monkhorst and James. You go first. I can't get through. They put that much tape. Put your hands together under pressure, ladies and gentlemen.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, we've got a big announcement tonight because we have got 2 massive competitions coming up. Okay. And they're running through the That's Good for Footy website. Able Sports, all right. This is what you got for your sporting club, footy club, organisation, school or community group with 1 set of AFL goalposts with pads, which cost a fortune. Matter of fact, they cost $3,480. So put your hands together for Able Sports for putting that up. So what you got to do, In under 100 words or less, tell us why your club, organisation, school or community deserves to win that great prize. So go to the www.that'sgoodforfooty.com.au through the Contact Us page and submit your entry. Entries close Monday the 28th of September, okay, at 5 p.m. No age limit, no restrictions, and the winner will be announced on That's Good for Footy's grand final panel show on the 30th of September. Put your hands together for Able Sports again. How good is that? But hold on, it doesn't stop there. Legend and Heroes, been a great sponsor of this show for over 15 years. We've only been on air for 5 years, so that's doesn't mean, yeah. They're giving away 3 lucky footy fans a team locker valued at $495 each in your choice colours, all right? Your team colours to put your fan cave, to put in your fan cave. What you've got to do is take a photo of your fan cave that you currently use. In other words, must be a man cave, a fan cave, whatever it is, your room with all the memorabilia up there. Just go to that, send your entries through to the 3Ws, that'sgoodforfooty.com.au on the Contact Us page and pick out the fan cave we like best, and most attention to detail and content will win that. There's no age limit. The winner will be announced on That's Good for Footy grand final panel show again on the 30th September. Put your hands together for Able Sports and Legends and Heroes. I tell you what, get on the websites quick, ladies and gentlemen. Just fill them up and you can have multiple goes at it. Just do what you want to do. Get your families and friends involved. We want to just, that is unbelievable, Legends and Heroes and Able Sports. All right, where we're going to be in the next couple of weeks, and you know how it works. September the 2nd, Hawthorn night. Luke Hodge and Josh Gibson. September the 9th from the Western Bulldogs. We'll tell you who these blokes are going to be. They're all superstars like these blokes. September 16th, North Melbourne. September 25th, will they still be around, Richmond? We're going to have to work that out.
No, I won't be letting any of the Richmond players come grand final week. Sorry.
You're not paying them, we are.
Oh, I won't let them come.
Right,
Simple
they'll
as
be
that.
there, ladies. Okay, you know where it is, Mount Erica Hotel. That's goodforfooty.com.au. The Facebook /that'sgoodforfooty.com. And just follow the links, panel shows / tickets to Footy Funatics. And also, or log on to www.onthehouse.org. Ladies and gentlemen, Footy Funatics, it's Legends Night. You met 2 of the greats of all time. The 2 Matties, Matty Lloyd and Matty Richardson.
Thanks very much. Thank you.
Thanks for being us. May your side have a great time through the finals because bloody Collingwood won't be there. See you later. Thank you.
Tonight, Matthew Lloyd and Matthew Richardson. It only happens at one place, here, every Wednesday night at the Mount Erica Hotel, Paran. And now I'm going to ask people what they thought of the show.
Better than the AFL Footy show, better than the 360.
What did you say before about Richo, that he hangs his hat on?
No, they're all great people.
But you hang your hat on King of Moomba all the time.
Yeah, I know, but we had Royce Hart, Daryl Baldock, all the greats come out of Tassie.
Thanks, Shorey. Bye-bye.
Thank you.
That was another great. It was another fantastic night on Good for Footy. So make sure you come along next time, and it's better being here than watching from home.
How'd you think I went tonight on the Good for Footy show?
Oh, look, Richo, I love having you on this show.
Better than on the couch.
So better than Lloydie?
Oh, I can't say that. What do you think of the segments tonight, the dancing?
Good fun. I'm glad it was the crowd dancing and not me, though, because I've got 2 left feet.
Looked like you wanted to join them, I think.
Not really, no, not at all.
And you're very competitive, I must say.
Well, I like going up against Lloydie because he knows nothing about movies or music, so I'm pretty much a winner in that regard. That's good
for footy.
What? I mucked it up.
And you've come all the way from Geelong. Was the show worth it?
Yeah, just past Geelong. The show's fabulous. It's awesome. You get up close and personal with the actual players that are here for the night. Everything's perfect. Great night. Have a few beers, have a good meal, and you're away.
To get to meet your team, your AFL players, have the banter, get up on stage, win prizes. You can't really go wrong on a Wednesday night.
You're all over Stuart Cranberry.
Yep.
Tonight you're all over Richo. What's going on?
I know, I'm a bit fickle when it comes to AFL players.
So you barrack for Hawthorn.
Yep.
You've come to a Richmond and Essendon night.
I like Richo. He's all right. He's a good kid.
You don't really know what you want, do you?
It is raw. There was heaps of chances to win lots of prizes, which were like $200 vouchers, which I think they had about 6 or 7 different chances to win. Which
$150 footy hamper.
Woo-hoo! We can get rid of the Essendon stuff, but all the rest is great. You can never get too much beer.
I'm a bit confused. You barrack for Essendon, but you bought Dusty Martin.
Better than Mike Sheenan, I think what they call it.
It's just
fun, lots of humour throughout the whole show. Tony Shaw does a great job. You get to find out lots of bits and pieces about the players that are on.
But you vote for Essendon.
I just loved all the ripping at each other, really. It was just a lot of jokes, and I really loved the humour in the night.
Don't have a split personality, do you?
For my stepmom. But then I have to say it's been in a Mongrel footy show. That's still on ABC.
I just love the way you move tonight.
Thank you. I believe I did win the old dance-off competition.
We'll all get depressed after the football. Agree, everyone?
Yes. It's ending too soon. Yep.
That's good for footy.
That's good for footy.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy.
That's good for footy.
That's good for footy. That's good for footy. So there you have it. They've had their say, and now I'm going to have mine. If you want to have as much fun as we have, come and join us every Wednesday night at the Mount Erica Hotel. This has been That's Good for Footy panel show. My name is Sandy. Thank you and good night.